Hello viewers and welcome to Unicorp's add-on demonstration series. Myself Shivam Bhanot and I'm working as business analyst with Unicorp's Business Solutions. In today's demonstration video, we'll be looking into the complete process of subcontracting in SAP Business One. So now we switch on to the SAP Business One client. So you can see this is my SAP Business client, which many of you will be familiar with. Here you can see we have the Unicorps Plus suite, under which we drill down to the subcontracting menu. Under the subcontracting menu, we have both purchase subcontracting process as well as the sales subcontract process. So initially talking about the purchase subcontracting, we have a window for the masters, transactions and certain purchase related reports. In the masters, you can see we have the purchase job work BOM. So under the purchase job work BOM, you can define the item code and give your multiple raw materials which are connected with that particular parent item for the job work. For example, here you can see we have defined a particular item and with which we have certain items connected to it which will go under the complete job work scenario. We can even define the type of this particular job work, whether it's bill of material or it's a conversion. So both of these type of processes can be performed in the SAP Business One. So at the initial level, here you can see we have the transactions, certain transactions under which we have the purchase job work order, we have the create cancellation as well as the job work reconcile. For the purchase job work order, first we go to the purchase order and we create a purchase order for the job work. So here you can see on the purchase order screen, we have this particular checkbox available for a job work purchase order. So here you can see I have created a particular job work order for my vendor. I have checkbox the job work. So it has become a service type document. We have given my accounts and description for job work and also tagged the particular item for which we are performing the job work with quantity and unit price. Plus, if we focus at the top, here we have the job work transaction. So we can define what type of job work this particular order is. Either we are performing a one-to-one job work, it's one-to-many, many-to-one, free of cost, or is a repair part. So accordingly, any type of job work that we can perform in the SAP Business One through the purchase order. At the bottom, we have the functionality for create job work order directly from here itself from the purchase order screen, or we can drill down into the purchase job work order. We can select a particular vendor, and here at the bottom we have copy from PO. So once we click copy from PO, we can select that particular PO under the job work, and that will open up here itself. So all the items which are present in that particular purchase order will reflect here, their descriptions, quantities, warehouse codes, their RM selections, any type with the purchase order which is linked with that particular job work, that will also come here automatically. Under the raw material, so once we come into the raw material, we can click on select raw material and we can select the raw materials which we had given under the job work purchase BOM. So all those BOM will automatically populate here, the raw material will populate here, and accordingly the information will also come. Once added, here we can see we have the create inventory transfers. So once we click create inventory, so we will have an inventory document which will transfer the complete material to the job work warehouse. So this particular warehouse, once the complete material is transferred, we have into the job work, we can go to our goods issue. So when we have the exact consumption for our purchase job work, we can go into the goods issue document and we will have the populated items accordingly, for which we have to issue the particular quantities from the job work warehouse. So at the bottom we have this particular option, select FG item. So once we select this particular item, all the materials will be populated accordingly. Their quantities, info price, the warehouses, all these data will come up automatically. So once the goods issue is performed from the system, we can create the goods receipt for this particular goods issue. And here you can see the system will ask us and bring out the particular item which we have received after performing the complete job work scenario, and we can enter the quantity, and accordingly we can enter the we can select the account code for which we are taking this particular item in through, and accordingly we can add this document to the system. So now the complete process for the purchase job work has been completed with complete inventory transfer, goods issue and goods receipt. So once the complete transaction has been completed, we can drill down to that particular purchase order through the job work screen itself. and we can copy that particular purchase order to our AP invoice too for the final billing. So once the complete order is completed, we can go through the AP invoice and add this particular document to the system. Now, when we drill down and talk about further, where you can see we have a create cancellation also. So any type of cancellation which is related to goods issue, goods receipt needs to be performed. We can select our particular vendor, we can select the goods issue, we can click on the show data, and accordingly those data will populate here itself once the date selection have been performed. So you can see we have all those documents populated. We can select and perform the cancellations too. Furthermore, we have a job work reconcile. So accordingly we can select the date, we can select the vendor. Any type of reconciliations needs to be done for variance in the quantity. So accordingly, if there are certain documents available for that particular job work order, we can select that particular vendor and we can click, and we will receive all those documentation which needs to be reconciled. So the complete reconciliation process for the quantity part can also be maintained, can also be performed with the complete subcontracting module. Further, if I drill down, so here you can see we have the purchase reports. So we have a ICT4 format. We have the item wise summary report where we have from to parameters. We have the item group parameters. Similarly, we have the party wise summary report as well as the job work register report. Moving on, if we come to the sales subcontracting part, so you can see we have the masters as well as the transaction module. Under the master, you can see we have the sales job work BOM. We can easily create a particular BOM. We can select our item, main item. We can select the job work type, whether it's disassembly or it's a special type of job work BOM. So accordingly that can be selected and all the data can be populated accordingly. So for a reference purpose, we have created this particular item. We have this item code available. We have the unit of measures, warehouses, any type of remarks can be given, and the quantities can also be initialized. For which particular customer this particular job work has been performed, that can also be tagged. Further, once we create a sales order, so here you can see we have created a sales order for the job work. I have given my item accordingly on the job work level. If there are multiple items FGs available, so accordingly we can give multiple lines and we can tag those items, give the quantity and the complete unit prices. Plus we can further go to the transactions where we have the job work sales order. So under the job work sales order, we can select our particular customer code, for which particular customer code we are performing this complete job work scenario, and at the bottom we have the copy from SO option directly. So once we use the copy from SO option, all the items which are created there will automatically populate here. We can give the challan number, vehicle number, transport name, we can give the gate entry number, we can give the GE date, any type of branch selections can be seen. Plus once the document is added, then we can go and create a goods receipt for this particular job work. So once the goods receipt is created, here you can see that comes and gets tagged with this particular goods receipt item. So accordingly, once we have received the particular raw material for our complete job work scenario for the sales part, and we have bought it the quantity which is required in our warehouses, then we can further grow and create our production orders so as to receive the right quantity for our FG items. So once we click the create production order, here you can see under the production order window, we will get our item accordingly. So here you can see this is a assembly type of production order. We have the work order number, product descriptions, planned quantities. Accordingly, the item which was mapped with this particular production order is available here. We can easily check the relationship map and we can issue the particular quantities. So accordingly, once the production order for the main item, we issue the quantity and we receive the main item which is required in our main house through the issue of the this particular attached child item. So accordingly, once the issue is done for this particular item, we receive the quantity of main item in our warehouse, and further we can close this production order so that the complete process is completed. Any type of summary needs to be seen, that can also be seen through the summary tab in the window itself. Plus once the complete job order is performed for the sales aspect, we have completed the complete cycle, we have performed all the productions for all the items, we can directly drill down to that particular sales order and we can directly copy the sales order to the AR invoice, and accordingly once the AR invoice is created, we can we can receive the payments from the customers, and we can easily complete the subcontracting process for the sales aspect also. So this is a short description of how the subcontracting process can be performed in the SAP Business One itself. So thank you for viewing this particular video.